Welcome to A Better Life. I'm your host, Hank Hennigan, and I'm glad to introduce the first segment of our show, Miss Whitney Huffman-Sayal. Hey, Miss Whitney, how you doing?
Doing well. How are you?
All right. Miss Whitney is the chairperson of the East Baton Rouge Historic Preservation Commission. She works out of the Downtown Development District office, and we were speaking before our show started about the old parts of downtown Baton Rouge and the things that are being preserved. And so, Ms. Whitney, tell us about what you do for historic preservation.
Well, downtown, we make sure that our buildings, our old buildings, are preserved in the best way we can through ordinances and through different tax incentives. Through my role as the Historic Preservation Chair, we oversee the designation of local historic landmarks and districts. Landmarks.
I know the landmarks of downtown Baton Rouge. Like I said, I've been around there downtown a long time. Give us some pointers on some of the landmarks that the people watching A Better Life need to come see and just observe and talk about it, learn about them.
Yeah, so downtown has several national historic districts, the designations. We have the Old State Capitol, the Governor's Mansion,
yes.
There's the USS Kidd, the Welsh and the Crest Building, the Taylor Building. We have a plethora, especially a large concentration along 3rd Street to see.
The Crest, I call it Crest 509, was my favorite store as a kid. Go down and get them all, and everything was so cheap as a kid, and I love the Crest Building. Of course, you know what, that part of the Crest Building is no longer, but you know, the building itself, it's unbelievable. So tax credits and all that helps a building to be preserved, is that correct?
Absolutely. A lot of times when you get into construction or rehabilitation of older buildings, the cost can exceed the cost to just demo it and start new construction. So we have these incentives both at the federal and the state level that help our developers make the project a feasible project. Without those incentives, many of those buildings that you see restored today would still be sitting there or perhaps demoed.
Yes.
If they were neglected long enough.
I wish I'd have had historic tax credits. Like we were talking before the show, the Paramount Theater and the Hart Theater and all those beautiful theaters. But so they is set to expire in 2021, is that correct?
Our state historic tax credits are, yes. We there was some legislation, a bill that was presented at the legislative session, but it did not pass, which I think a lot of us were quite surprised. It was to extend the credits to 2026.
Why would they not extend that for another 5 years?
I'm not sure exactly what happened. They did come to some resolution at some point to extend it, but put a cap on the amount of credits that were available. But then it just didn't go any further past a fiscal review committee. So I think it may keep some developers from developing and taking on these things because there's an uncertainty if they'll be available.
In other words, do I tear it down? Do I purchase it to tear it down to build whatever when the current owner could apply for tax credits and.
Well, it's more, do I purchase the building and with the hopes to restore it with these tax incentives?
Yes.
But I don't know that they will be extended, so there is some uncertainty there. But the projects that we currently have under works that are using those incentives should still be fine.
Okay, good people watching A Better Life. Miss Whitney's got a lot of information, and we'll be right back with her on our second segment of A Better Life.